Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boone on the Boone Show. My voice is a little hoarse there. I didn't want to came on today because I wanted to talk about something that's a hot topic right now, obviously, because there was a mass shooting at a school in Florida. And I will say that in this situation, I don't blame the guns, I blame people. And you can say all you want. If you're a liberal, just stop listening. I'm not arguing with you. You're going to have to just shut the fuck up. Just listen to me. I'm not going to blame the guns, because I'm not an idiot. I'm smart that way, I guess. So, I've read my multiple articles that were talking about AR-15s and stuff like that, and I've seen many people commenting, and people are like, AR-15s are built for one thing and one thing only, and that's killing people. That's not true. The AR-15s that civilians get and the AR-15s that get to go overseas are different weapons. The AR-15s you get here are semi-automatic. Semi-automatics can shoot fast, yes, because you can pull the trigger, and the faster you pull the trigger, the faster you shoot. But there's people that are saying that handguns are all you need. You don't need any more than handguns. Well, handguns can fire just as fast, if not faster. So I don't see what you're solving here. I don't see what you're solving by banning AR-15s. The only difference between an AR-15 and a regular hunting rifle, a semi-automatic hunting rifle, is the design. It looks like an assault rifle, so it looks scary to Democrats. We can't own... fucking Democrats act like we can buy nuclear warheads if we wanted to. That's not the case at all. It's outrageous to me to think about gun control, because it doesn't need to happen. It's not a gun problem, it's a people problem. America is a huge melting pot. We have the biggest mix of races and nationalities in the world, and I feel like with that probably comes some issues. Not to mention, Americans have owned guns and had guns in their homes, and it was even more acceptable. Like, think about that. Back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, guns were acceptable. Like, everyone had a gun in the 40s, 50s. Like, having a gun, like, they talked about guns in catalogs and stuff. Everyone had a fucking gun. And you don't hear about school shootings happening that much back then. And I think it was because guns were more present. They had gun clubs in schools, stuff like that. More people had guns. The guns were more acceptable, so they didn't happen as much. In my high school, they had an armed police officer there all the time. He had an office there, and he was there throughout the day. If you put people in the school with guns, if you had people with guns in schools every day during the day, I guarantee you that if something like this happened, there would be way less deaths, because you'd have people defending them. You can't fight. You can't do this fight by making things gun-free. Gun-free just makes it easier for the fucking killer to kill more people. Like, the school that I went to down in the cities, IPR was a gun-free zone. Well, if someone ever came in to shoot that place up, well, there already no one to stop them. Why? Well, no one has any weapons to do anything about it. It's a hard topic to talk about. It's tough in the way that you have to feel for the parents and the kids that died. You have to feel terrible, and it's a tragedy, and you never want this to happen. But at the same time, you can't point the blame at an inanimate object. It's not the proper blame. Blame the person who did it, not the gun who he used. I understand if an AR-15 walked into a school by itself and started shooting the place up. The fact of the matter is that he wanted to kill some people. He could have gotten a gun. He could have gotten a knife, and he could have went and stabbed some people. in a mall, much like they did in Minnesota up in St. Cloud. There were some Muslims who yelled Allahu Akbar and started stabbing the shit out of people. You know, crazy people are going to kill people. If someone wants to kill someone, they're going to kill them whether they have a gun or not. It's a people problem. And like I said, maybe it's a lack of discipline in these newer generations. Maybe it's a lack of discipline or something. And you know, a lot of these shooters turn out to be fucking crazy ass liberals. And I'm not saying that to be mean or to point fingers, but like seriously, a lot of these school shooters end up having liberal ideas, end up having some sort of connection with the liberal party. I don't know. Law-abiding citizens don't cause problems. So many people in America own guns that if we were problems, you'd fucking know it. My family has a lot of guns. I have guns myself that I own. My family has a gun cabinet full of guns. We like to go out hunting. We like to go shoot trap. We like to go shoot cans with our 22 pistols, just to have fun with them. I don't know, I think shooting guns is fun. You're not shooting at people, shooting at cans and clay pigeons and hunting game. But I don't have an assault rifle, but I do have semi-automatic. We do have semi-automatic weapons. There's nothing wrong with semi-automatic weapons at all. It just really pisses me off that the blame is being pointed in the wrong direction. What we should do, I've seen this idea pop up many times. I don't think it's a bad idea. There's a lot of veterans that are out of work. So why don't we hire these veterans at these schools? We can have 2 armed veterans. Pay them a decent money. Pay them a decent wage because they are guarding the school. Every school gets 2 veterans. Armed veterans that walk the school halls and guard the place, and if something happens, you know who's there to stop them? Well, look who's got guns there. I guarantee you that less school shootings would occur if guns were more acceptable in today's society. For some reason, and the thing is like I just saw something, some Chelsea Chandler or whatever her fucking name is, that dumb quote unquote comedian who's not funny. She said something about needing a commander-in-chief who's going to stop this sort of thing. And they were talking about how stupid people are because they had a chance to do that. Well, Bill Clinton, there was school shootings when Bill Clinton was president, and there was lots of school shootings throughout Obama's presidency. So I don't see how it's related to who's president. It has nothing to do with who's president. Ted Bundy killed 30 people. He didn't walk into a school with an AR-15 and shoot them all up. He did it over the course of a few years. Does it make it any less tragic? No, it does not. And I'm not trying to take away from the fact of how tragic this is, because like I said, this is something that no parent should ever have to deal with. But I want to stop it, and let's put some veterans to work, and let's put veterans in schools. Let's put some some jobless veterans in schools guarding children. They're trained. They're already trained. They already have the training they need. They already know how to deal with the situation. Like I said, back to the 1950s, guns were more acceptable. Everyone had guns. They had gun clubs at school. Kids wanted BB guns for presents. You know, guns were an accessory at home. And it's only been in the last 20 years that guns have become a huge issue, and I don't think it's because of the guns. I think it's because of a lack of responsibility, a lack of understanding, a lack of what's the word I'm looking for? A lack of authority, maybe, a lack of punishment, a lack of people taking care of their children, and punishment, a lack of discipline. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. it's a lot of issues. It's a lot of things wrong. And passing more laws to make guns harder to get isn't going to make it any different. Like I've said before, the last time my dad bought a handgun, it's been a long time since he bought a handgun before then, but he had to apply, and I mean, I have to do the same thing if I want a handgun, but you have to apply for a permit to own a handgun. And when you do that, you apply through the county that you live in, and the county runs an FBI background check on you. And then when they issue, after about 2 to 4 weeks, so almost a month, they'll send you your permit if you pass. And then you go to the store, show them your permit, and they run another FBI background check. And that background check could take a day or two. The last time we did it, took my dad about 24 hours to pass it, and they finally gave him the okay to buy it. And at that point, they have records of what the gun you bought was, what the serial number is, everything. So it's not like it's that easy to just get your hands on guns. And even when it comes to shotguns and stuff and rifles, like they still run background checks on you. My grandfather, we won a shotgun at Ducks Unlimited once. He went to go pick up the shotgun, and he had to wait a day before they cleared it for him. And it's just ridiculous. So I remember my grandpa telling me that back in the day at the Ducks Unlimited, if you want a gun there, you were able to register the gun there and just fill out the paperwork and you could take it home. But since everything is so strict now, you win it, you have to go to Gander Mountain or wherever they have it the next day or the next couple of days, and you got to go redeem it so you can pass your background test and everything like that. So it's not like you can just walk into a gun store and say, I want that one, they give it to you and you walk away. It's a little bit more complicated than that. Liberals don't buy guns, so they don't fucking know that there is already a fucking background process, and we have to go through a process. And I have a feeling you're never going to be able to stop crazy people from being crazy. So rather than trying to punish the people that aren't crazy, let's fucking focus on stopping the crazy people from doing crazy things. I think that's the good place to put it. A good way to put the weight on someone's shoulders is just try to stop the crazy people from doing crazy things to begin with. Because you can't stop them, so you gotta prevent them. You gotta make sure you're alert and try to take them down before they cause any real damage, I guess. You're not gonna know they're crazy until they decide to go crazy. And that's what's so scary about psychopaths is that a lot of them are really good at being, they're good at blending in, so you'll never be able to tell if they're psychos or not. But anyway, that's all the time I have for you today. So I will talk to you another time, and hope you enjoy your week. It is Thursday today. So Friday's tomorrow, and you have a good weekend. So we'll talk to you another time. Have a wonderful rest of your day.